What's going on, everybody? Today we are going to be playing Stellar Blade. So I recently ended up finding this game. I picked it up on PlayStation 5. The combat looked really cool from the trailers, and it completely delivered. I was super engrossed into it. I just beat it, and I really wanted to share it because I feel like not enough people are talking about this game. It was really portrayed before it came out. Like, people were talking about the whole like waifu aesthetic and everything, and there are a lot of costumes that are pretty revealing and all that, but once you get past that, the game really delivers, in my opinion. I really like the world, I really like the combat, and I'm not really one for like incredibly hard games just for the sake of being hard, but I don't think that it's super hard, especially if you play it your first playthrough. It does kind of ramp up towards the end, but overall this is going to be one of my first Walkathon series. So essentially what that is I'm going to be on my walking pad while I play throughout the entire game, and then we'll see how many steps that it takes me to beat the game. And that'll be a way for me to, get my steps in, keep getting my exercise in, and do some gaming along the way. So I think it's a win-win. And we're going to be doing this playthrough on New Game Plus. It took me about 46 hours to complete the game the first time, but I'm thinking it's going to take a lot less time this next time. In New Game Plus, all your equipment, currency, items, and records, character enhancements, drone upgrades, acquired skills, and own SP that you have gained up until this previously completed game's progress will transfer over to your next game. However, your game progress will reset and will not carry over. So you can see this is the game that I just completed. It took me 43 hours, 26 minutes. And as far as I know, I did everything. So I did all the side quests, all that stuff. I probably won't do that again this time. But there are a few side quests that I thought were really cool. So maybe we'll check them out. I played on normal mode. I'm not going to go hard mode just because I tried the boss rush before this, and it feels like all it does is just add a lot more health and damage to the enemies, and I kind of want it to be fun. So I'm going to do it on normal again. We'll just enjoy the game together because I kind of really want you guys to see it.
Transmitting final briefing. As of now, Airborne Squad 7 will exterminate the Alpha Naytibas occupying District 3. Their objective is the capture or dispatchment of the Elder Naytiba. Pods entering atmosphere.
1 minute until threshold is reached.
Sequence. Some backstory to what's going on here.
The threshold has been surpassed. Activating shield.
The technology and all the stuff that they use in space is super cool.
Code red. Code red.
Oh no.
All available drop pods will be ejected according to Protocol B32.
31 protocol. Right off the bat, you can get the idea that these Naytibas are the enemy that we're going after in this game. Our goal is to capture or kill the Elder Naytiba. Just at this point, we can assume it's just a leader. And likely criminal as well.
07531. Pod landing complete. Removing physical shield. Opening hatch.
Incomplete, not very well, but complete.
The hatch. Come on. Come on!
They do this throughout the game, which I'm not sure how I feel about quick time events. Most of the time it's not so bad. But
Taki?
Taki.
Eve, are you alright? This place is dangerous. Take my hand.
Yeah. Oh, it's a new suit for New Game Plus. I had not seen this. Oh, never mind. House. I think it's starting with the same. So the only difference that we can tell here from my last playthrough is historically she has black hair.
This way to the wrong
I
side.
changed her hair to
You take the left. I'll take care of this side.
So the thing I'm trying to figure out now... Oh yeah, it does look like I do have my abilities. So these are things I'll kind of explain as we go because there is a lot of it.
Eve! Don't go too far!
Oh, sorry. You already... I thought I killed all those guys.
I see you still have your combat senses. Great. Coordinates? The rendezvous point is at 2 o'clock. 400 meters in front of us.
Oh man, we're gonna see how hard this is. Not the most coordinated individual. This combat gets intense.
That was close. Come here. Careful of your jump.
Alright, where you at? Ooh. That was one of our buddies. Very.
Watch out! It's an unlisted Naytiba. I'll handle this one.
That was a nice little...
Watch out! There's more!
Tried helping her out, which was good. So you do have to use a lock on. Pretty easy.
Great. Let's go.
Still injured.
Are you alright, Eve?
My body frame.
Take this. It's first aid.
Nice.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Not really need it, but
There's more of them.
so for the most part, I would say that like the perfect parries and all that stuff is pretty forgiving. I also had a power-up, so it allowed me to I'm not sure how much.
Let's get out of here before more of them show up.
At least mentally, it feels like it helps. Why?
You secured. Rendezvous point in sight. This way! Watch out for Gardner's interception.
Watch out for that. Oh, there's never mind, I guess I can't watch out.
Don't stop! Keep moving, Eve!
I'm moving. Right. Trying to keep up and real.
That was close.
It's really close.
This isn't looking good. Let's go.
Gotta keep going. Big
Is
boy
that
with his fallen boy.
an Alpha Naytiba?
Let's join them.
Yeah. So the Alpha Naytibas are basically like the elite enemies, bosses. All of these. Got messed up. Alright there, Taki?
My
Oh,
God.
no. What happened? Good Eve?
No!
No? Ooh,
The squad's life signs.
everybody.
We're the only two left.
Not ideal. The opening to this game actually is really sad.
Eve,
But I'm always kind of
Eve, pull yourself
reluctant
together.
with games like this because it's like, I don't know any of these characters yet.
Jackie.
Do I really care about them yet? And you're,
listen
like,
to me.
having all this
We
death
haven't
happening,
completed
but
our mission.
I think they do a reasonably good job of it.
Now it's just up to us to see this mission through. Understand?
The thing I'm not totally sure, like obviously Eve does know Taki because she knew her name as soon as they got out of the pod, but I'm not sure how attached they actually were before this mission, or if it's just like their comrades or something like that. Whoa,
Eve, are you ready?
bud. Well, I'm ready. Let's do it. See how New Game Plus is. I assume the difficulty is a bit harder. It is cool. Like, I just recently but it's been so long since I started the game. At least, just on and on playing to beat it. So I don't really remember most of it. The combat feels new.
It wasn't an alpha, but it was a strong one.
Not a boss.
You fought well. Even better than during training.
You were
Go.
all together.
Nice.
But then...
Then we weren't.
The damage to your body frame is serious. We have to find the supply camp.
Yeah, so they have these, like, their body frames, like they exoskeletons.
Wait, Eve.
Which
I
help
hear
lead them
something.
Essentially, like superheroes.
Eve!
Not over yet.
Eve, are you alright?
Really gotta focus. Kinda dangerous. That one might be the alpha.
Alpha Naytiba.
This one looks, the design on this one, I think is awesome. Like just the mask, the wings, like the double blades that are like built into its hands. Which is cool because it also goes with her blades. She also has like the curved blade.
Here, friend. It's me you want.
Oh, it definitely seems like it cares more about you.
No!
That is not how you want to defend that.
Eve! Get out of here!
That's so sad. That's the intro. They're setting things up. Overall, I think they do a pretty good job with that setup. It definitely gives you everything you need to know the severity of the situation. There were probably a good 30, 50 people that were in those pods to begin with. And now it's just us.
It's quiet.
Still, make sure to stay cautious. It's where the Alpha Naytiba is.
This guy saved our life. I feel like there was another scene before this. I originally watched it, but maybe it was different. But I'd imagine this part.
Now, get ready. I'll be supporting with the drone.
He's a real interesting guy. Pop help. But he never actually comes into combat.
So this must be ADOS 7.
Yes. This was the final battlefield of civilization. It was also known as a truly colossal city.
Pretty cute.
Something is falling from the sky. A strange sensation. This must be Earth's rain.
We can admire the scenery later. We have a job to do here.
But she's essentially spent her entire
The
life
terrain
in
data's
space.
changed recently.
Anything related to the world she doesn't really understand. So I can show you the items that I had previously. So like the exospine, that was what I was referring to in her back. Go right here. So this gives you different abilities that you can just stack to help you out in combat. So my main one is for the reflexes. Shield regenerates faster while I'm guarding. Easier to perfect dodge, easier to perfect parry. That's super important for me. And then the second one that I had is combo attacks do more damage, crit damage does more damage, and increased chance of crit rate. So when they're referring to these levels, it's actually like each attack in the combo is the level. So if I press square 4 times, there's 4 levels to that attack. So the second hit in the combo and higher has 27% more damage. Same thing with the last hit in the combo has the 30% crit. And then I have increased shield penetration, max shield, melee damage reduction, and burst energy, which I'll be able to show you guys after. So these are the suits that I'm sure everyone's always talking about. I'll go through all the ones that I got real quick so you guys can see. Oh, this one I actually unlocked by beating the game. That one looks cool. I don't know what the bottom are, but this one was from a side quest, which is kind of funny. But also cool if you see in the back of the bear there, that's actually my weapon, my blade. She like stores it on her head like that, which is really cool. This one, this jacket looks kind of cool. I do like that one. Black rose, another one, the bikini. This one's like the normal suit, but with like this little jacket over it. This one, photogenic. This one's more like a club vibe. This one felt kind of like a club vibe too. That one I wore a little bit. I think that one's nice. This one's more casual too. The daily biker. This one looks pretty simple. Sailor one. Some of these were all from like side quests and stuff. This one I got early in my last playthrough. I used this one for probably about half the game, to be honest. Some bathing suit ones that they got. And then these are the ones that were there when you first started the game. Those 2 were there. This one was random. I don't even know how I got this one. Like a magician thing. This one I also don't know how I got. Maybe a side quest. And then this is the one that ended up being probably my favorite. Wasteland Adventurer. Oh, skin suit. That. Oh, this one I think I just got this for beating the game, because I definitely didn't have this before. This is the one that that makes basically like hard mode even harder because you have no shield. Which heck no, I'm not doing that. I have interest. But yeah, that's the one I showed you. This sporty thing, kind of just like a workout thing. Punk mechanic. somehow. Another dress. And then I also really like this one. I had this one for a while too. Both of these I thought went really well with the red hair. Especially you can see like the accents. Like the almost like androidness to her. So there's like this, with the story, there's a lot of stuff going on with like between like androids and humans. I didn't wear any glasses the last playthrough, but might decide to do some glasses now. Right, might as well. Change it up a little bit. Go with these for now. What did it change my? It did. Back to that suit we had. Favorite one. That one looks nice. Then for earrings, bunch of different options. These are all just ones I got in first playthrough. Fine. And then the hair. They have a bunch of options for this. I didn't unlock that many. I only locked a couple. This is the standard one. And then I just like this one a little bit better, so I went with that. And then you can actually change hair color to a few different things. Right. So like I like the red personally. Maybe something like this might go better with the... Yeah, I'll stick with the red. And then my comrades, the drone, which is the guy that I just got introduced to. He doesn't come into combat himself. He has this drone that you use. The only ones I found were this bunny one that I didn't like, and then this is like the default one that you find. So, yeah, we'll stick with that for now. So, if I press the middle button, it
Falling
gives us,
debris.
like,
Be careful.
this ability to censor an area. One of the largest complaints that I actually had about the game originally.
The crustaceans,
Funny,
They're calling.
because as soon as I beat it, I ended up seeing in the menu that there was an option to change it. So by default in the game, you have like all these things that this guy drops. You have to hold the right trigger to pick them up. It's super annoying. So basically, like all the
that was
time,
killed in the final war.
I would just be running around holding the right trigger while attacking things, just so that I would pick up the money or whatever else, right? But then I found in the options afterwards, they have an accessibility option, which just has auto loot pickup. And I don't know why anyone would not want to pick it up. That doesn't really make any sense to me, to be honest. So I'm going to be a lot happier in this playthrough, pretty much. So, one of the things that you're able to see in this game, you always kind of have to explore the people, like find the dead bodies, because they might have things like this, right? There's this passcode, and the game does not allow you to
code in the
force
memory
it.
stick.
So if you
It's a
have,
security code, a type of entry permit.
if you have something like this,
Try entering the code.
which is stopping my way, it will not allow me to input anything if I don't already have the code, right? It'll just show like a red flash. You'll see some in the future, but then you have this thing where you can just press triangle to get the hint, and it shows you what you had. Then you can enter it. For me, from an accessibility standpoint, I would literally just have it that you just press a button and it just adds it. Already have it in here. I don't know why they make you enter this.
It worked.
That's just me though.
Buildings are collapsing.
I don't see the benefit.
Because of the city's unstable terrain. You'll get used to it soon.
There's a human over there. I'll see if there's anything. There's a lot of really cool backstory that comes from finding the dead bodies. I'll go through some of them. I probably won't go through all of them just because it'll take too long. But the only death remains in this city. Humans who've lost all hope have locked themselves up, are waiting for death to take them. I think some areas of the orbit elevator are still functional. Let's use that to head out to space. So essentially, that orbit elevator that he's referring to is like how you use it. So the goal of everyone, at least my interpretation on Earth, is
What was that just now?
is to try and get to space.
It's a machine that collects relics.
Because the Naytibas,
It's rare,
those
so make sure to
monsters,
hold on to it if you come across one.
here. Here. Now, so I do feel like I'm stronger. Game plus,
There's a Legion camp in a place like this.
but like those enemies might have taken like one more hit the first playthrough. I'll be curious if maybe they don't increase the difficulty at all going into the second playthrough. That would be surprising to me, but then we get the shop. So pretty much throughout my entire playthrough, I didn't use most of this stuff. I almost never used the shop. I just found everything. But the thing that's probably the most useful are these WB pumps if you are struggling. They give you a one-time revival in a battle. So even if you have like 10 of them, you can only use them once and then you'll die again. Oh, she looks so different now with the glasses. Oh, cool, cool. This is the part that I was thinking that I accidentally skipped over. What shows how.
What's wrong?
Save this.
It's nothing.
Well, it's something, all right.
From here on, you have to stay alert, Eve.
All right, so now very similar to Dark Souls, if any of you have played that series. Whenever we sit down and we heal, you'll see on the left side we have those tumblers, which is the up. That's what heals us. Those reset, so you get your health, your ability to heal back, but all of the enemies also come back. So it's essentially any enemy that isn't will end up coming back.
Oh, it's one of the Legion's old supply boxes.
Do you think there's
These
anything
tend to
useful?
have-
Well, it's Legion, so compatibility shouldn't be an issue.
Most of it
Make
is
sure
just
to
for,
take everything.
like upgrading and stuff.
Eve, be careful.
Whoa!
See
I
the
just
rapids below. If you fall,
tried going
it's
too
over.
fast. Fall, it's over. As she falls, and it was over. So for the most part, the platforming isn't too bad. I think they do a good job of it. I think there was some. Yeah.
There's another supply box over here.
Did someone forget to retrieve this?
I'm sure there are more supply boxes. It'll
So
help us
most
survive.
of those things
So,
are related
look
to the
carefully.
suit. So basically, whenever you find a suit, like those body suits that I showed you guys, you usually get just the like the design for it. So you have to use all of your materials to actually be able to. It isn't so bad, but it just makes it so that you kind of decide which ones you like. You can't just have them all, because it did take me probably till like the end of my playthrough. Go ahead, buddy. So one of the things I do like with the combat in this too is they're pretty explicit about showing you like the type of attacks an enemy is doing, right? So like if they turn yellow like that, it's usually gonna mean that like it's gonna be hard to parry what they're gonna do. Like you can still do it if
There are
you're
other
good,
cities in a similar state.
but most of the time I just dodge those.
By comparison,
if
the
I'm
city is
able to.
looking pretty good.
Sometimes I'm stuck
After the colony extinction,
There are also
most places
ones
were
where
nothing but dust.
like they might turn blue, or they might have like a purple aura, and there's different stuff
Wait,
that you do.
there's a fusion zone.
It
Right.
just kind of adds to the
least the
combat, which in my opinion is what makes it really good, because the combat can be super varied.
Fusion cell?
It's a high-energy compression battery. Thanks to that, Earth's night isn't dark yet.
Oh, it's the previous generation of the Infinity Cell.
Be sure to keep that. It's very valuable.
That's another thing that's really cool, is the way that she kind of speaks when she learns things like on Earth, because obviously she comes from what they refer to as the colony, so things are obviously way more advanced there. So whenever she sees anything, like even rain, it's like super fascinating to her. But I think they do it pretty good.
Damn. It's a trap.
Oh no! How will we survive? So that is what your data. So the left bumper, or the L1 I should say, is how you walk. But if you're holding that while pressing the base buttons, you can also use one of your abilities. Now they have the same thing, which goes with the right bumper. I mean the R1. But that one, the thing that's cool about it, is the way that you actually get them is different. The data skills are these blue things that you
We're in
see
the
right
clear.
over there.
Where do we go now?
Those blue squares
This
with
way.
the BE there.
There are traces of markers left behind.
Those I get from attacking, right? And if I do like heavy attacks, I get it more quickly, stuff like that. The BU, which is the burst, that's the orange one. Those I get from doing like special abilities. So like if I do like a perfect parry, or more specifically like a perfect dodge, something like that, then I'll build that one up. It's cool too, where like you see certain enemies, like this guy has a shield. So if I hit his shield, it'll end up being that, you know, he like falls backwards and then I have that opening to hit him. The blue circle that you saw there was the thing I was referring to previously, which was, so that meant that I had the ability to dodge past him and then like daze him and stuff like that. So there's an ability, there are some when it's purple, you want to dodge backwards, and then when it's blue, you want to dodge forwards. You'll basically go.
May your memories live on.
All right, so they actually
Forever.
keep giving these. So this refers to my beta core, which is that power. So if you find angels, which are basically like my comrades, that's what Eve is. She's an angel. Which essentially an angel is anyone that lived in the colony, anyone that lives in space. Humans refer to them as angels. So she, if you find those people, they're usually hidden all over. Then you can do those upgrades. But that one, for instance, I found in my original playthrough. So I figured it wouldn't be there. It would just be like the default ones, but I guess they're all here. And then the other thing that I will mention about this game, which is probably the reason why I first picked it up, I was watching Twitch, and I believe it was Walkathon that was playing it. The music is just so good. It reminds me of Nier Automata. I loved. I was like, oh man, I gotta give this a try. I'm really glad I did. Honest. I could have sworn that there was something. Maybe I'm dumb. Thought there was a secret there. I know the main path is this. A dead body. Last words of the Hope. Decades have passed since the appearance of Naytibas and the evacuation of humankind to the colony. They say the Airborne Squad is defending to rescue the remaining humankind, but there's no sign. We can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. So, we got
The memory stick
another
still has the
unlockable.
security code registered. It also has record of a message log.
Scan complete.
So we are part of that Airborne Squad. That
You have to cross here. Do you see the ladder behind me?
can go off, but I don't remember up there.
I can't reach the ladder. The water level is too low.
Try using the plank.
You can also switch. I'll show you now. A lot of times they're in the water. There's a good amount of puzzle solving that happens in the water too. And it's also funny when like right now I'm wearing jeans and I know how miserable that is in water. But he doesn't reference the jeans specifically, but there are points referencing like how miserable water. Just little things like that just add to the character in my opinion. And I think they did a pretty good job here. I had heard that the voice acting in English wasn't that good. I wouldn't say it's perfect or anything, but I do think it's pretty good. It's enough to get the emotional aspect out. But I had heard that the Korean voice acting is actually like really good. I considered doing that, but because I was gonna do the videos, I decided it would probably be easier for everyone to follow along if I just left it in English. So, but that's what we'll do.
We have to go through this
The
building.
interesting thing I can
Try
note,
putting the
though,
fusion cell you have here.
from New Game Plus is this guy boss back there. This was the first area that you fight him. So I wonder if they're gonna have a lot of different enemies. That would be interesting if they switch up where the enemies are. So if you use the scan, you can see where enemies are, and like I can see here, this guy is hidden. To hide from me. That, so I don't want to mess with that. And these guys are always they'll just hide them in places. I expect them to do it. Which obviously I can't. The network has been destroyed, completely disconnected from the colony's data link. We have nowhere to fall back to. Is this the Naytibas doing? Is the colony safe? What happened to Mother Sphere? I lost track of time, since even that won't automatically correct itself. For the sake of my own sanity, I must keep track of the calendar by force editing my memories. So basically everyone has I'm assuming like some level of like Android aspect to them. So they all have these memory sticks that these are the things that you recover, and it's like how we hold on to like people's memories on. What we got? Most of the items I really didn't need in my first playthrough. Maybe I'll need them more now. I primarily use standard combat. Alright, now these green cells, these like power cores, that's pretty much like a major puzzle mechanic that they have. Whenever there's like we're lost or something, they're gonna have you find one. What's this? Map.
Adam, what is this?
Don't you know this already? It's a map.
A map? How do you synchronize the location on the map?
There's just little things like that that really go to relate to, obviously, like she wasn't born on Earth. She doesn't know this stuff. She only knows the advanced thing.
Oh, looks like this used to be a library.
Are these boxes displayed on the wall storage devices?
Sort of. They can only store up to 1 megabyte of data.
What a waste of resources.
Fancy. That beta ability. So you could see there that under the BE bars, I was totally full. So there's really no reason not to use your abilities. Especially when they're full.
The crack is quite deep. It's going to be difficult to pass. We'll have to go across, past the parking tower.
And past that parking tower. Alright. I think that there's some people over here. Yeah, this guy's... I didn't need the other stuff to avoid that. That's alright. I knew I was gonna have you. By knowing so anything that I had locked up, the story stuff.
A supply camp in a place like this?
Supply camp? What's that?
It's a depot, set up by the Airborne Squad who came here before.
Looks like it's been abandoned for a long time. How come they set up a camp in a corner like this?
Well, the supply camp also serves as an important base.
Is this parking lot important?
It could also mean that this place is very dangerous.
That's what I was thinking.
Then I guess this place could be useful for us.
Hold on. But I'll take it. Alright, so these repair consoles is basically how you upgrade your weapons. Oh, tumbler reinforcement. Interesting. So rechargeable tumbler recovery enhancement. I assume that means it's just going to recover more. You won't get more slots. You increase the recovery amount of your rechargeable tumblers 60 to 65%. That's interesting. I didn't even realize in the first playthrough it healed by a percentage. I thought it was cool. I like how this is like literally built for. Like, they're expecting you to do this. All right, so it's the power in New Game Plus though is much less. So I was just typically getting, I think it was like 50 to 60. This is just about 10, which is understandable. I feel pretty powerful. Oh, and the drone gets more stuff. Interesting. So everything I had here was all the stuff that was unlocked for the drone previous. But the drone, he's not just there for like searching areas and being there for the story. He also turns into a gun when you need him to. So I have the standard slug, like a shotgun, then I have explosive rounds, and then I also have like a stinger missile and like a main burst laser. So upgrades the shotgun shells, attack power increases. I don't really use the shotgun that much. That's 20%. The charge blast is really hard to use because it takes a really long time to charge. I would say if I'm going to use any of them, it's probably going to be this missile. Oh, I need 6. Oh man, I only got 2. Alright, that was a waste of time. This is also where you unlock the clothes. Put it down, because it looks like there's some story.
Adam,
Yeah?
about yesterday. Thank you for saving me.
That's
It's nothing, really. Though I have used up almost all of the exospine materials that I collected over the years.
Oh,
It's alright. It now means we can help each other.
scratch your back, I'll scratch my back, I'll scratch you. Red.
We can track down the Alpha Naytiba together. And, well, I'd have trouble making it out here by myself anyway. If you can locate the Hall of Records, you'll have done more than enough.
listen, don't worry. I promise. I'll make sure to repay you.
That's nice. But yeah, so we restored our tumbler. Enemies are on our back. You can also change the gear. Tracks. All very good. Money. The thing with money is I never really felt like it was that important. I never really felt like I needed to buy healing because if you hold up, you have the tumbler, and then you also have these other healing ones. So these actually you need to purchase or find them in the world. The tumbler regenerates. But to be honest with you, playing it, I mean, it could depend on how you play, but I didn't ever feel like I needed that. I just mainly used the tumbler if I needed to go back. If I needed more healing, I just went back and I just recharged it. So don't worry about spending money. If you want to spend money on something,
Look!
go for it. Ooh, we fighting a dad.
That's not an ordinary enemy!
They really go for like these cinematic things.
Adam, get back!
They do a lot of presentation on stuff like this. Cinematic attacks because it captures everything. The light perspective. Okay, so it's kind of see with the dodge when you do a perfect dodge, it's like a slow down time and everything. Like that. Like all these things are used. In this game it's hidden and they're doing a good job. Like you really know it's gonna be like all of this is so like, enemies are moving fast, Like I'll show you guys the first. Oh cuts. Works pretty well when you have all the bosses have like a like this, which makes you feel like you've really accomplished something when you kill one of these guys. Super cool. I don't love having to press a button
You defeated it,
before it happens,
Amazing.
especially because if you miss it,
It wasn't an
then
Alpha
you go back
Naytiba.
into the fight and the enemy has a
It
little bit
wasn't,
of health and you gotta
but
have to do
still
like the
so
last,
strong.
10% again.
Things will only get harder.
Overall, it's very cool.
Maybe. Anyway, please show me the next route, Adam.
Yeah, let's keep going,
Right,
Adam.
hold on. Let me take a look at the map data. As the crow flies, the Hall of Records isn't too far from here. But an entire block is submerged. We have to find a way to cross.
Are you saying that there's no way?
I found it.
Got it.
Do you see the sign behind the stone statue? There's a transportation device there that you can use.
What? You really think that these abandoned devices are still going to work?
Of course they are.
Well, the supply camp was in one piece. Let's just try to stay positive.
Uh-huh. Positive. Sure.
See? An atom. There we go. Bunch of stuff. Box. The weapon. So it seems, so I guess they do just continue giving you all those items like you would get in the base game, which is cool. I didn't use that one. So especially because I do have a bunch of money and everything, I'm not gonna worry about spending a bunch of time. Trying to get all this. Like I'm not gonna break every box. Oh, I didn't even see there. This. That's another Soulsian style thing. There are like shortcuts in levels. Like once you go around, then it'll allow you to open up doors. I'm gonna try and sneak up on this guy just to show you guys the sneak attack. Nope, he's already seen me. Ah, I almost did. Walked off the path. Alright, so those guys here, you see that with them all lit up, they can actually blow up. So it's always good to try and focus on those guys before you get anything crazy. Alright, that's an Exos line. Just try and scan the area. Let's see if we can pick up on this. Yeah, it's pretty much for, I want to say like 90% of enemies. Stuff. Got another one in you? So yeah, this guy was gonna try and sweep it. This guy up. It's another thing to keep in mind for some enemies. So, like you saw with that guy's health was done. He was dying, but he had this like explosive death. So for some enemies, you just have to pay attention. Like a specific way they might die. Like that guy explodes, so you gotta run away. I think there's one other enemy who, like he does like a jumping attack on death. So he tries to like jump on top of you to do some extra damage. I died to that once and it was a horrendous experience. I was so sad. Very open. Oh, okay. They let me open it again. Cool. Take it. Now, I think there's even one enemy, I'm trying to remember correctly, that when you kill them, they actually turn into, like, another enemy spawns from them. So I've had a few times when, like, I'd kill that enemy and start walking away, and then I have another enemy, like... So it's all just things. They're always trying to keep you on your toes, making sure you're paying attention and all that. Super important. activate this camp. Another thing that's really nice, you see these bubbles? So whenever there's story involved, these will actually turn green. Or like whenever there's something new, like if there's something new in the shop that I gotta look at, that'll be green. So it just saves you a lot of time with like little quality of life things like that. What I'll do is I'll have her sit here, we will save, and then I think that's gonna be a pretty good point to end for right now. Let's check where our step count is. That's 5,507. I think that's an awesome way to start with episode 1. So have you guys played Stellar Blade before? What are you thinking of it so far? You know, I'm really looking forward to this New Game Plus run. You know, let's see what you have to say. Let's talk about it.